Now, with this understanding then of what the GDP levels are, then it's useful to have an understanding of how the business cycle works. The business cycle is kind of looking at the cyclical nature of business performance. That basically the economy moves in a cyclical fashion. And specifically, that what we see is that the economy goes through periods of economic boom and then through times of economic slowness. The slowness, you would have a popular term that you know of, which would be the kind of a recession. And then you would have peak periods of time as well, which would be your expansionary period up until it reaches a peak. So if we were to organize this over time, that what we see is a cyclical fashion. And if we were to look at the trend line, we would see that it's generally going in the upward direction, meaning that we see upward trend meaning that there's positive economic growth, and taking this a little bit further here is that we have the top, which is known as our peak, the bottom, which is known as our trough, and then we have an expansionary period that leads up to our peak, and we have a contractionary period that leads down to our trough. When you hear the word recession, here it has a specific definition, which would be 2 consecutive quarters of declining GDP. Now, the reason why these are important is because then you want to take on the goal of lengthening the expansionary period and peak and minimizing the contractions in the trough. And economists have, not taking a lot of credit for ourselves here, but economists have generally been successful carrying these things out, meaning that we have successfully lengthened the expansions and the peaks, and we have minimized the length of time that the contractions and the troughs are carried out.